Faith inspires us to look to the Lord. You guys, faith, the greater faith that we have in Him, the bigger God becomes in our lives. I'm going to give you something, by the way. This is a little tidbit. I had to throw it in there. You want to have faith? I'll give you some faith. It's practical and reasonable, and it's faith anchored. It's what the United Nations will never understand. I'm going to tell you something tonight that the UN will never be able to figure out. You're going to be smarter in about 3 seconds than any other person in the UN. I'm serious. You want to solve the Middle East crisis? You want to fix it? This is the deal. I'm not kidding. The Middle East crisis, because it's a faith issue, the Middle East crisis with the Palestinians and the Israelis will never be settled ever until you understand, or you'll never understand it until you understand that it's all based upon faith. The UN can't do one thing about it. They're shooting, as it were, missiles at a cloud. It doesn't affect it. Here's why. Hebrews 11, verse 9. By faith, Abraham dwelt in the land of promise as in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. The Palestinian-Israeli issue comes down to this. It's all about those who believe in God's promises versus those who do not. If you believe in God's promises, Israel has sole right to the land based upon the promises of God in the Bible. If you don't believe in the God of the Bible, then they don't have the promise. It doesn't belong to them, and it's the guys who were there first, if you think about it. Remember, there were Canaanites there before they ever showed up. You say, hey, yeah, that's right. It shouldn't be Israel's land because there were people there first. You're exactly correct. If there's no God, you're right. I agree with you. If there's no God, you're completely correct. Unless you read the Word and find out that God says, I promised that land to you, and oh, by the way, when you get there, these people are going to be there, and I want you to drive them out. In fact, I'll displace them because the flesh comes first. You have to be born again into the Spirit. The flesh goes, the new life comes in first. You got it? There had to be earth dwellers there first. For God to fulfill His word, the life of the Spirit comes in second. Jesus said you were born once, you got to be born a second time. It's all based upon a promise. Promises only work if you put faith in them. Oh, I can go home now.